get to the money. Gotta get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. So you know that I'm on it. Gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and me. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. And gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and they. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money.
Welcome to another episode of Drinking After Dark, a podcast where we discuss random topics while having a few drinks. I'm your host, Darius, and as always, drink responsibly. And y'all make sure y'all follow Drinking After Dark podcast on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And y'all make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe to Drinking After Dark podcast YouTube channel. Tonight, I'm drinking on something different tonight. I'm drinking on Truly watermelon cucumber hard seltzer. This is what I'm drinking on tonight. And tonight's episode is sponsored by Joe Shakinab and Shakinab.com. Go visit Shakinab.com for services, monthly updates, and contact information. Once again, visit Shakinab.com, promoting leadership and scholarship. All right, y'all. So we got a couple of things we're going to get into today. So let's go and get right into it. Let's get into the topic that everybody's been talking about for the last week. Let me put on my glasses for this so I can actually read this off. So Carlee Russell. All right. So Carlee Russell, young woman who went missing last week after she discovered a toddler that was walking on the interstate. And after that, allegedly she got kidnapped, and there's a search going on for her. And then what was it, Saturday? A couple of days later, she returned home. Let me see. She returned home, and she was, she went to the ER, she went to the hospital and everything like that. All right. Pretty much everybody done heard about the story, but of course, new information came out and stuff like that, where the police can't even confirm her story of what happened. And there's been a lot of talk on social media about, this particular story and everything like that. All right. So according to the police, this is from NBC News, according to the police, they were unable to verify initial statements made by Carlee Russell. But officials did say that before she vanished, she made internet searches about paying for Amber Alerts, how to make money from a register without getting caught, how to take money from a register without getting caught, and the movie Taken. Also said the police said that Russell told them she was forced into an 18-wheeler truck and taken to a home where a man and a woman told her to get undressed and then took photos of her. Okay. Let me see. So let's just get into it. All right. So with all the chatter on social media that's been going on for this past week, it's still going on right now. All right. Because there's a lot to unpack right here. I'm just gonna give you my thoughts. One, I felt like, let's put my camera up a little bit so y'all can see a little bit better. So one, I felt like from the beginning, something was really off with this particular situation, right? Even though she went missing, we don't know state of mind, and we was all hoping that she just get back home safely. All right. That part I was really concerned about. But how things came about, I was questioning because when she said that it was the toddler on the side of the street, and I'm saying to myself, okay, she the only one that stopped for this toddler, right? Unlike many people, as soon as something happens, they want to go straight to social media and start, posting and all this stuff without really getting the whole story. And to get a whole story, it takes a couple of days. So I was just sitting there patiently, but in the very beginning, I'm like, there was a Tyler on the side of the street. A Tyler on the side of the street. And you mean to tell me that she was the only one that stopped? With all the cars that was passing by, she was the only one that stopped, right? Um, Even if it was just 2 or 3 cars before, somebody would have stopped, right? Or somebody would have called the police. Okay. That's my initial reaction. And then the Tyler was bait for kidnapping. I'm no criminal justice expert or anything like that. I find it highly unusual that somebody would use an actual toddler to kidnap somebody. Not saying it could happen, but I think you got to be a sick person to use a toddler to kidnap somebody. It's just this is the way I'm thinking. All right. It's just my opinion. This is how I'm thinking. Um, she went missing for a couple of days. She came back safe. That was great news. She came back safe. But as more stories came about, you start hearing about the searches that she was doing, and 18-wheeler with a man and a woman, kidnapping her and taking her taking her and taking new photos of her and all that stuff. I think this is the reason why we all wanted her to come home safe, and she came home safe. The question is now, what was the motive behind all of this? Right? What was the motive behind all of this? Was this to seek attention? Is it, some type of mental health issue that she's dealing with? Is something going on? Like she hasn't given us the answer. And I don't think we'll ever get that answer. But from the beginning, from my viewpoint, I said there ain't no way that she was the only one that stopped for a Tyler on the side of the street. That's the first thing I think about when I hear these stories come about. That's the first thing. And then you have everybody on social media was like, please, let's search for her, let's get her back home safely, which is the right thing to do, right? Because we want everybody to get home safely. Okay. But as more of the story come out, it's kind of like, man, now people are start feeling disappointed because of what has been unfolding. It's like, this is why, me personally, it doesn't make sense. You mean tell me you get kidnapped and then a couple of days later you come back, you get dropped off at your home or something? It doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? They'll probably drop you off somewhere abandoned or somewhere like that, but nobody's going to drop you off back at your house. But that's what was being said on social media, and people are now disappointed in Miss Russell because, she had everybody thinking like, oh man, what's going on? I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's okay to care to make sure somebody is safe. Right? That's the part you should not be upset about. The part is that she allegedly made up, this particular, she allegedly made it up. All right. Let's see what else. So this is some of the searches that she pulled up. According to NBC News, on July 11th, she searched if you have to pay for an Amber Alert. On Thursday, a search about a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville, Tennessee, which is 45 minutes away from my hometown. Also on Thursday, a search for how to take money from a register without getting caught. Same Thursday, a search for the movie Taken. Let me see. Another quote. I don't think it's highly unusual on the day someone gets kidnapped. that they're searching the internet, Googling the movie Taken about abduction, and find that very strange. I can't even say this last name. Dersis, Derzis. I'm hoping I'm saying that name right. I apologize if I butchered it. But so pretty much what happened, Miss Russell disappeared after she called 911 just after 9:30 p.m. Thursday. The report having seen a toddler on the interstate 459 South. Hoover police said she also called a relative to report having seen the child and said she was going to help the child before the relative lost contact with her. That's where it loses me. Excuse me. This is where it loses me, right? That a child was on the interstate, even at that time, right? Even at that time, people are still driving on the interstate. You mean to tell me that not one person, we haven't heard reports that other people was calling about a toddler on the side of the interstate. That's the thing that gets me. If it was like multiple reports, I'm pretty sure that the cops would have been there right then and there because it is a child on the side of the interstate, right? So basically what you're saying is the way I took it was this. You're the only one driving on this particular interstate. You're the only one that saw the child. You're the only one that got out. You called, you're the only one that called 911 and you called your relative and then lost all contact. Which, I think this is why people starting to get upset. Because she did, she went missing. We're not saying but it wasn't as if she was kidnapped, right? It felt like it was planned from the beginning. So now people start questioning, all of this. Like, why are you doing this? Once again, was it to gain attention? Were you dealing with a mental health issue? Whatever the case may be, what was the motive behind all of this, right? And I think there is some mental health to this personally. And I could also say the same thing is true, that you were looking for attention. It probably went hand in hand. You know what I mean? So, but to do that is kind of, I get disappointed about that is there are people that are missing and they're still missing to this day. And to use that as whatever to you, it makes me upset because there's real people out there who was really missing. And you was all over the news. You was all on social media, right? And then this comes out. It's just a bad look, man. And I'm hoping that she gets the help that she needs. I'm really hoping she does, because this is so wrong on so many levels. So wrong on so many levels. Not saying that people who have mental health issues, they go, they have issues that they're trying to deal with, right? But to do this ain't the way, right? And again, I will always say, sometimes wait a day or two. You hear the initial story, right? But also, too, sometimes we got to let the story play out. Sometimes, not all the time. Just sometimes we got to wait and let the story play out, because there's information out there that you don't know. And all of a sudden, now you're kind of disappointed because, like, dang, we were doing all this stuff just for you to make this up, right? So I think sometimes we just have to pump the brakes, because people are just so quick to jump on social media. So quick, because they want to be the first ones. They want to get people to comment on their stuff and all of this and that, engage in conversation, which no problem doing that. But sometimes you just got to just say, hey, let's wait, let's slow down, let's see what else comes out from this. And then we can we can have a conversation about this. Right. So that's just my point of view. Um, again, I hope she gets the help that she deserves or that she needs. I'm sorry, the help that she needs, and I hope everything is okay. That is um, just my take on all of this. That to me, it was just fishy from the very beginning. That's what it was. It was just fishy from the very beginning, and I just felt like we could have waited. We could have waited, and then, but it's okay to say, "Hey, we want you to come home safely." I'm not saying that part, but the other stuff, the other details, that's where a lot of people is upset about. So that's just my take on everything. All right. All right, so y'all, we're gonna continue on with the podcast and everything like that. Um, once again, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all hit that subscribe. Also tell your friends and family about the podcast. Please tell them about the podcast, Drinking After Dark podcast. You know, we're growing. Uh, please follow on the social media pages at Drinking After Dark podcast, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Be sure y'all do that, man. And tell me what y'all think I should try. What drinks I should try too, because I want to try different things. You know, y'all know me. Usually, I'm on this Crown Royal Vanilla mixed with Dr Pepper and cream soda. But again, I'm drinking on this Truly right here. This Truly watermelon cucumber. Something different. You know what I mean? I want to branch out, try new things. So y'all tell me what I should try, and I'll try it out. Also, y'all check out the page because now I got reviews up of different drinks. So y'all make sure y'all tune in with that, me and my boy James. So please, man, let me know. Let me know. All right, so let's get into this next topic. Got to talk about this because this is also been circulating around social media and some of the news. Future, the rapper Future. He excuse me. He did a track with a Quavo where he dissed Russell Wilson. Now, I'm gonna be the first one to say this. I'm gonna be the first one to say this. I think Future need to go ahead and move on with his life. Because you gotta think about this. Why? First off, nobody has anything bad to say about Russell Wilson, right? But it seemed like Future has an issue with Russell. Is it because he's with Sierra, right? He married Sierra, and I think the optics make him look like the bad guy, right? She left a Future, got with a Russell, and it's the same with women. Leave a Future, get with a Russell. I personally don't think Future is a bad guy, right? I think the people out there make it seem like Russell Wilson that's who you need. You need to upgrade from a Future and get you a Russell Wilson. I think that's society doing that. And he's hearing all this talk, he seeing the pictures on social media, Russell Wilson, of course him and Sierra have a couple kids, but also posting pictures with Future son, everything like that. It's kind of like taking over that daddy role. And I don't know if Future likes that, anything like that. I don't know if these two men has ever sat down and talked, but I personally believe I think they should sit down and talk. And I think Future needs to go ahead and move on. Now, if y'all know, when they broke up, now I'm not too sure about the timeline. I don't know if she went from Future to Russell Wilson. If you my age group, I'm 35, so you're a millennial like me. You remember the time when Sierra was dating Bow Wow. Y'all remember that if you're my age group. But she dated Future. They had a daughter together, and not a daughter. They had a child together. I don't know why I said daughter. It just popped in my head. No, they had a child together, a son together, and I just felt like, to me, I think is at some point you got to stand up and be a man. If you have an issue with another man, there's, I'm pretty sure you have a way to contact Russell. Now, whatever the beef you might have, it's probably nothing. It might be out of jealousy. Who knows? But I don't see why you feel the need that you have to continue to attack this guy, right? Is it due to the fact that, Russell Wilson, he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback, playing for the Denver Broncos? He gives you, he can keep you in the headlines. So if you diss Russell Wilson, people will talk about you, right? Or is the fact that you're kind of jealous of the relationship between Sierra and Russell Wilson? Who knows? I mean, listen, let's just be honest. You got multiple baby mamas out here. I don't know if any of them moved on or anything like that. I don't know if they seeing other guys, stuff like that. But I don't hear. I haven't heard Future diss any other guys that one of his baby mamas was messing with. But because Sierra is a celebrity, Russell Wilson is also a celebrity. I don't know if you feel like the need to attack him to try to get, or is it the fact that you're attacking Russell Wilson because you can't attack Sierra? I don't know. We don't know. I don't think I know is that at some point, just move on. Move on. I mean, let's just got to do that. Got to move on. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. And the fact that we haven't even heard Russell Wilson really comment, or we know he hasn't gone after Future, right? If he did, we know it was probably like him taking the high road, pretty much. I just think that at this particular point in Future's career, I think just got to move on, man. Got to move on. She's with somebody else now. She's happy. She's married. She has his family with this guy. Just let it go. It's over. Right? Russell Wilson has done nothing to you. That's the thing about it. Like, was Sierra the one that got away? Did she get away, or did you let her go because you didn't want to fully commit? Who knows? Right? But it's a bad look for you. If I'm one of his boys, I'll tell you, hey, bro, at some point you're going to have to let that stuff go because you're becoming a bad guy in this situation. So now I would personally, if they were able to sit down and talk about it, cool. That's what you want to see. Two men, work out the problems. Well, I think one of them got the problems. I don't think the other one does. I don't think he really cares as much. But just for them to be at peace, I think it'd be cool for these two to sit down and talk it out and, move on from that. I think that's something that Future probably needs. I don't think Russell Wilson himself needs that, but I'm pretty sure Russell Wilson would be willing to sit down and talk to Future. And I think Future should reach out to him. And I don't think he has to really do it publicly. I think it could have been done privately. Whether it's send a DM like, hey, I like to reach out to you, man. I just want to talk to you. I'm pretty sure they got each other's number because Sierra has his number because they do have a child together. So of course, they're gonna have that contact with one another. So that is just that's just my thing. It was in the news briefly, but still it was something that a lot of people are talking about. And I just feel like it's time for Future, just let it go. Do what you have to do for your son. for all your kids, do what you continue to do that and just have good relationships. Just have good relationships, even if it's for the sake of your kids. Have those good relationships because your kids will see this. They're going to see everything that you're doing. So that is just my opinion. All right, y'all. We're coming to the end of the episode. So I just want to say thanks again for tuning in with me. New episodes drop every Friday. So you can catch it right here on YouTube, or you want to, listen, stream it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. So y'all go ahead, stream it, listen. Please tell your friends and family about the podcast. Let's continue to grow. If y'all have any topics y'all want me to talk about, or me and my guests want to bring them back on, please let us know. We'll talk about it. And try to give you the best show possible. All right. And always remember to drink responsibly. Okay. I'm really serious about that. Please drink responsibly. And also, reviews are out as well. So please check out the reviews. All right, y'all. So this is your boy Darius from Drinking After Dark podcast. Until next time, we out. Peace.
Gotta get to the money. Gotta get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. Gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and me. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money. Early morning, so you know that I'm on it. And gotta make sure that my family straight. Gotta make sure that the kids and they. Gotta make sure that the bills is paid. And then let's get to the money. Get to the money.